completion of the vlog. Did 15K. It was very hot, about 32 degrees in the beginning, and then at 12K it started to rain heavy. So I immediately put on the rain jacket. My observations, my feet were soaked in the rain within 20 seconds. Within 20 seconds, everything not covered was completely drenched, including my shoes, and I've been walking with swishy water since then. The 3 kilometers walking with the wet shoes, my toes began to bother me a little bit. Up until then, I had no problem with the 2 wool socks. I have 2 different types of smart wool socks, the lowrider ones and the mini running ones. Both are wonderful. I had no problems, no sweatiness. The socks were incredible. I felt great until they got wet. And what are you gonna do? I think the biggest issue then is what happens if it rains at the beginning and you have to do 4 or 5 hours of walking in rain with wet shoes. The rest of your body doesn't really matter. Backpack felt okay. As I mentioned earlier, I think it's a bit heavy. I ended up drinking the full 1 liter of water. I felt thirsty at 4K, and by about 12K, I just basically pounded it all. So I think 1 liter is probably enough for this heat. Taking the rain jacket off, I noticed a couple things. Backpacking off, I noticed a couple things about the rain jacket. Let me put this here so it doesn't get more wet. I noticed a few things about the rain jacket. First, it has these ventilations, which I didn't know, and I think water got in, so that was not good. Secondly, always test your gear. The shop didn't take off the tag, so that was a problem. I couldn't do it in my pocket, so rain just went in my pocket. Overall, let's take it off and see if I got leaked on. It felt pretty good for the whole rainstorm. I didn't feel like I got wet anywhere, and it was pouring. Do I have any water, any wetness here?
Yeah, you do. Like
Okay,
this part and this part.
that's where the rain came in, and I felt it through the zipper. I wore the sun shirt, and I wore the sun shirt over the regular shirt the whole trip, and it felt great to have the layer. I have no sweat permeating through. Maybe on the back I'm sweating, but on the front, it's just where it touches the backpack. I felt no water permeation at all. So, or sorry, sweat permeation at all. So it felt good overall. So I'm gonna now see if the shoe's dry. Overnight, about the backpack here, the fanny pack, I noticed that it's actually good for holding the phone, but it's actually a bit small. My comment is, it can hold everything, but it doesn't provide enough space to kind of go in and get anything. So you notice, like, it's really kind of, I guess, I think it'd be better to have a bigger one. I always felt like whenever I was reaching in to get my phone, I have to be careful not to pull other things out with it. It feels a bit tight. Yeah. So there's my observation. I think then what you need to do is have only your phone in the main pack. Or whatever it is you're going to use for taking photos, and the other stuff kind of in other places. Otherwise, you're always going to be worried stuff comes out with it. It just isn't big enough, and for sure it's not big enough for water, or even a small nutrition bar like this is kind of big. Anyway, overall, good gear check. I will note the following on the pants. This seam on the newer pants, this is on the outside. This actually, at about 10K, created a lot of friction. It was really bothering me. I've never noted, this is a brand new pair of pants I just bought. It's a newer version of an old one. The old one does not have this stitch. It has a seamless stitch like this, which is the one I used on the previous hike. So that, I'm gonna have to ditch these pants and do another gear test. Overall, good gear.